Hi everybody, my name's Gary Thwaites from the Tea and Trails podcast. Hope you're all keeping well. Today I'll be looking at the New Balance Fresh Foam X 1080 version 13. Yeah, is it going to be unlucky 13 for New Balance? Let's find out. Now these are going to set you back 160 quid over at newbalance.co.uk. You could pop over to sportshoes.com and use your Patreon discount code. Thanks Patreons, yeah, fingers crossed they've got your size in stock. But if not, yeah, you're gonna have to pop back to New Balance. On the scales, my UK 6.5 weighs in at 239 grams per shoe, and you'll be looking at about a 6mm drop. Yeah, New Balance do mention that the drop is an approximate. Also, you've got a stack height of around 38mm at the heel and about 32mm down the front there. So this is a slight different geometry to the New Balance 1080 version 12, and it's a little lighter. Yeah, and I think it's got a bit more bounce too. So if you're a fan of the V12, please keep that in mind. It's not a 1080 version 12 review, so let's get into the 1080 version 13 in a bit more detail. And as always, we're going to start with the outsole and then work our way up. As you can see, not a lot of rubber down there, but it looks like it's in the right places. It's tricky because rubber is heavy, so manufacturers want to keep the weight down, and then you're going to expose more foam, but then your outsole might wear prematurely. We will keep an eye on it and see how it goes. And if I think there's anything worth sharing in a month or two, I will let you know. Personally though, I think New Balance have just about enough rubber down there on the outsole. It looks fine. You know, it's rained loads lately where I live and the grip has worked fine on the tarmac. And you know, it's November, lots of leaves on the ground too, and I've not felt myself slipping and sliding. Moving on up to the midsole. Yeah, this is where the magic starts to happen. That fresh Foam X midsole just soaked up all of that hard tarmac miles on my weekly runs, but it wasn't greedy. Oh no, no, no. It gave back in spades too. And even though it is super soft and it's super comfortable, it somehow has enough energy just to make those miles fly by. Almost immediately I stopped thinking about this shoe, and that's quite important on a shoe review. I do need to think about this shoe, but I just got lost in the run, and that's exactly what I want on my long runs. I don't want to fixate on any part of the kit. The geometry is spot on too, and it's a lovely transition from when you strike the ground to pushing off again. For me, a 6mm drop seems to be a real sweet spot. I think your body's going to love you for this midsole. You know, I'm used to running pretty much all of my miles on the trails, and now as I transition into marathon training, I'm on a lot more tarmac, so I was waiting for some big DOMs or at least a few more aches and pains compared to normal, but nothing. You know, I pulled up feeling great pretty much after every run. Awesome midsole with a decent energy return. Okay, now we're going to move on up to the upper and the fit. Oh yeah, straight out of the box, I ran for over 2 hours. Amazing. No issues at all, apart from stepping in some dog poo. I was raging, but that is a different story. You know, the shoe fits true to size too, which is good. Nice gusset. We all have a gusset on the tongue there, and that just helps keep everything in place. And it wraps around the midfoot too, which reduces foot movement. Great padded heel cup. I'm not too sure why it is so pronounced like this, but it's super comfortable and secure all around that heel and ankle. Plenty of padding. You'll notice it's a bit stiffer to touch around that heel compared to the rest of the upper there, but that's the only time I notice it when I physically touch it. I do not notice it when I'm running, and that is the most important thing. My foot is nicely locked in, which is great, but not strangled. My goodness me, you don't want to choke your foot, and you definitely don't. What is lovely though, when you pop this shoe on for the first time, you'll immediately notice the comfort. Yeah, luxury might be a bit of a stretch, but you know you've got a premium shoe on your foot. Now I do have little fat feet, so not a ton of room in the toe box, but it's definitely not tight or uncomfortable. It's just a nice snug fit, and because the material stretches, it gave me zero discomfort. Also, the upper is perforated. Yeah, so this helps just keep the temperature down, and that was my experience. I didn't feel my feet overheating, but it is November in the UK, so that is a chilly time of the year for us Brits, so bear that in mind when you come to make a purchase. No rubbing, no blisters or hot spots, super comfortable, great upper, and my feet love the fit. Okay, it's time for the highs and lows. We're going to start with the highs. The good news, it's got to be that foam. I heard loads of rave reviews about the Fresh Foam X midsole. My friends even commented when they saw me testing this shoe out. I've got to say it did not disappoint. Absolutely amazing ride. If you're looking for a comparison, that's a tough one actually, but maybe a Clifton 9. But I have to say, this is a better shoe than the Clifton 9. Lows, I am struggling. My goodness me, I am struggling with this. I really can't think of anything that I dislike with this shoe. I've got so much love for the version 13. Fair enough though. Okay, if I'm going to say it's a better shoe than the Clifton 9, then I should also say that it's £30 more expensive too. So yeah, keep that in mind. Maybe it's not a fair comparison. Okay, to wrap this up, the New Balance 1080 version 13 is an awesome shoe. 100% not unlucky 13 New Balance. You know, I'm struggling to fault it. Yeah, for some it might be a bit bouncy, a bit soft, but for me, I just think it's sensational. And you know, when I'm deep in the marathon training trenches and I'm hitting those high mileage weeks, double days and workouts, then this shoe and its midsole, I'm pretty sure it's going to be my best mate. 10 out of 10 New Balance. Is it going to make it to my weekly shoe rotation? Well, I've just gushed for how many minutes this video has gone on for, so yeah, it's a bit of a silly question. 100% yes. It's such a great shoe. Long runs, easy runs, possibly a long run with some marathon miles, some tempo efforts. Seriously, I could own 2 pairs of these and a workout and a race day shoe, or workout race day shoe, and I'd be sorted. It's a bold statement. For the roads at least, this possibly, yeah, I can't think of another shoe. Yeah, I think this is my favourite shoe of 2024. What's your go-to shoe? What's your workhorse in your shoe rotation? Or even your favourite shoe of the year? Yeah, let me know in the comments below. I love reading them. I try my best to answer as many questions or reply to everyone if possible. Before you go, if you'd like to try Precision Fuel and Hydration, then use the code, all caps, TandTrails15 to receive 15% off your first order. Also, Patreon members can save 10% over at sportshoes.com. Fingers crossed, they've got your size over there. Also, Patreons save money loads of other places too. Finally, New Balance did send me these to test. Thanks New Balance, really appreciate the support, but they're not paying me, and more importantly, they did not check this video before I upload it to YouTube. Also, this is my opinion. Hopefully you agree with my thoughts, but you might not. And that is 100% fine. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. That's super important. Give it a share, tell your mates, maybe someone's out there thinking about buying this shoe, and also subscribe to this channel. It's free to subscribe, does not cost you a penny, but it helps us loads. And why not check out the #1, oh rewind, check out the UK's #1 trail running podcast, Tea and Trails. Myself and Eddie Sutton upload weekly content, and I'll say it one last time, please check out Patreon too. It saves you money, it supports the podcast, it supports the channel, it supports our partners too. Win-win situation for everybody. All the links will be in the description. Thanks again for watching. You know, you take care and see you next time.